Ja, hallo, hallöchen. Willkommen in diesem Stream A Spit Around the World oder A Spitfire Around the World. Wir sind in Tag 7. Wir sind noch in Litauen und werden heute von Litauen rüber. Funktioniert das jetzt? Ja. Von Litauen rüber nach Lettland fliegen. Also in den zweiten Staat dieser 3 baltischen Staatenverbandsgeschichte. Und dann werden wir schauen, wo es uns denn weiterhin treibt. Well, hello. How are you? How are you on this fine Thursday evening? We have soon the end of the week. Friday is coming soon. Yay! We are at a Spit Around the World, day 7. We're in Lithuania at the moment. We will soon cross the border to Latvia. And there we will, see, hopefully, some nice point of interests. A beautiful capital, some castles, or not. Well, let's see if we see them. And, well, I'm also accompanied again with my co-pilot, Nightsap. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm in the Spitty today.
Ooh.
And I managed to get it started too.
Oh, yay! That's quite nice, so you can take off.
Yes, but can I land? That
Well,
is the question.
if you can land the Hawker, you can land the Spitty.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
Hawker,
and I changed the setup for getting the gear up and down, so I hope that works better now.
yeah, we are in live weather here on North Europe server. This is our flight plan. This one. Does it work? Does it
Come on,
work?
flight plan.
Yeah, there we have it. Woohoo! So let's start up in Lithuania and fly to Latvia. So we getting some music, and then we have some history to cover. So when we're up in the air, of course, I wanted this music. Yeah, I wanted this music today. A bit. Well, are you up and running?
Yes.
Oh, you're waiting for me. Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I think there's only one way we can take off here, unless we want to go into the trees.
Well, some carnage.
Oh, we'll have that sooner than you probably think.
Well, if you find a moly holy, like I found on the other airfield.
Yes, and who knows what else they have here.
So you want to start with the wind, Nightsap?
I don't care about that.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's a strong storm, I'm not worried.
Okay.
I watched Jet, what's it called? Jet TV from Heathrow today in the storm. That was interesting. Planes landing against a very, very strong wind. The sock was straight in the air. That was interesting.
And crabbing, I guess, was made.
Lots of, well, I mean, because it was a total headwind, straight on.
Okay.
It wasn't even crabbing, but it was sort of very quick. They didn't glide down, they came down very quickly.
They crashed down, but they could go down.
I had the feeling that if you're a passenger in those planes, you feel like you're in a lift.
Somebody did a headstand.
Oh yes, That's what I hate about this plane. You're almost at a standstill, and it still does a headstand. And I think that's actually wrong. I don't think the true plane behaves like that.
I don't know. I will
see,
never
at the
know.
moment, I'm rolling at a pace of walking. Now, let me put in the handbrake. No, I haven't quite keeled over, but, you know, it just lifts its tail very, very easily.
Well, let's be happy about that it lifts its tail easily for getting off very short runways.
I give you the right of way, so I'll take off behind you.
I know what I did not do. Off we go. I did not trim her down. Oh boy,
Okay.
oh boy.
Neither did I.
Gear up.
That's why I'm still in the field. Oh, this is terrible. I know why I hate this plane.
She's
Okay,
wonderful
I'm in the field again. Okay, I think I'll do this all over again.
Okay, I'll do circle. Tuluzika. You need to trim her down 3%.
Yeah.
And maybe the bias bit.
Okay. Down trim.
3%.
Done that. Okay. And then I have to close the door.
Did you also trim the bias?
The what?
You have on your left side, the bigger wheel is the trim wheel. And there is another wheel behind.
Yes, I see the bias. Yeah, the rudder trim.
Yeah. In the direction of the green a bit.
Okay.
That she won't pull.
Okay.
To the
So
side.
I put it 0.4. I've got now. Okay. And I have to press D. That's important. Do you ever press D? Or
No.
do you fly without D pressed? So you could have engine damage.
Oh, I have it off.
You have it off, okay.
I have it off.
I've got that as well.
Of course, I don't want to care about that.
Okay.
Since you fly a Merlin engine of this old at a max boost of 6.
Yeah.
And we're normally at 8 or higher.
Let's try again. Okay. No.
You're gaining height. That's good.
Yeah, but a little bit too much, actually. Yeah.
She's different than the Hawker.
Yeah.
It's pretty different than
a lot more stressful, I think.
Well, it's something you learn over time. You don't want to know my first starting attempts. You don't want to know. I
Yeah,
took
okay.
it to the Bösendorf airfield, military airfield, was just a meadow, a big,
Yeah.
big meadow, and I tried to stay on that painted runway on the meadow, but the
No.
Spitty won. Not me.
This
First
is what I
times
always find
was-
amazing. I mean, it's such a really, how should I say, advanced plane to fly. That this should be a plane that in reality was flown by all these young guys who had a few hours of training. I mean, this is just unbelievable to me.
Yeah, but why don't you think it has the nickname of Pilot Killer?
Yeah. I can understand that now.
It will break out on the runway if you're not handling carefully. If you're
Yeah.
getting too few boost, you're not getting up. If you get too high boost, she will break away, and that direction she likes to.
Yeah.
The definition,
Certainly,
the
it's a
definition
plane.
runway plane gets a whole new meaning.
It's certainly a plane with personality. That is true.
Yeah, it's a lady. Don't anger a lady.
I'm not sure if it's a lady.
It's a lady.
I have a pretty high opinion of ladies. I'm not sure if I want to insult them.
Well, we don't want to use the other word, okay? Sometimes she can
I mean,
be
there are
others
some negative
too.
words for ladies which behave like this plane. In German,
Yeah.
that would be Zicke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there is an English translation for that.
I would say sometimes it behaves like a Karen.
Yes, a Karen. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think I have got it more or less trimmed now. Yeah.
She does not need much trimming.
No, I
That's a
finally
nice one.
have time to actually set the weather. Live weather? Jesus, she didn't like that. Okay. Now, how many people in the stream now? 2!
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, with all the other flight simmers up and running.
Yeah, that's true. The Mint is up. Who else is up?
Murph on YouTube.
Oh yeah, he does.
Murph is on YouTube.
Gig nothing, yeah.
Pilot Peely is up and running.
Yeah.
Shadow Display Team should start in a few moments, so yeah.
You know, it was very interesting for me to fly with Catbat.
Yeah?
Because his approach is the absolute opposite of mine.
Really?
He does the instrument thing. You know,
Okay.
he does I think most of the time when I looked at his stream, I didn't see anything out of the window. I just saw the instruments. That's where he was working.
That's his kind of flying.
Yeah.
He's more the instruments guy. And we here are the hands-on and VR.
And then the other thing was that up there where he landed, I didn't realize that this was the last leg of his flight. So it was the end of his pole-to-pole flight. But up there, the scenery was so bad. It looked like an old flight simulator from 10 years ago.
Well, I hope we don't have this problem up in Greenland.
Well, I mean, we were in, what was that? Yes, northern Greenland, I think, was our final destination.
Yeah, I have loaded down a huge load for Greenland stuff from Flight Sim TO.
Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah.
to check that out. Someone this week. Of course, I need to look if there are any airports on the route I want to fly. Actually,
There are quite a few airports which you can add if you have the right add-ons.
exactly, because I know they are there. Because I saw them on the Google Map page.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not find them on Little Nav Maps, for example.
Yes, but you know, one thing that I just was a sentence in a Microsoft Flight Simulator forum somewhere. It's true. You should, after the last update, you should really have a rerun in Little Nav Map to update the database, because there were quite a few airports added which were not in there before. So if you don't do that update of the database, they will not show up.
Mm. So let's see. Will this work? How I
don't think it works while you are actually
no,
flying, but
I'm trying to show you the flight route I planned for my world tour. I somehow need to open OBS for that. Because you need to see what I want to show you.
Aren't we supposed to look at a castle here, which probably doesn't exist?
Are we there yet?
You marked a Rundale.
Yeah, I wanted to show first the map page.
Because we are, otherwise we are past the castle.
Let's do a circle there.
Okay.
So we are over at Latvia, by the way. We crossed the borders whilst chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I want.
Oh, I see the castle now. I see the park. The castle is just a square.
Okay, like the others.
Yeah, but you can tell it from the park.
Yeah, that's the map page I prepared. We are somewhere here in Latvia.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Estonia, Finland, then a boat to Norwegian, then Sweden, then back into main Europe, whatever, and then up in the north. That's how I want to go. And actually, I know there are airports, but I don't know if they're in the sim. As I said, I loaded some Greenland stuff in, and I have to check it out first. If I can
and all these lines,
boat.
all these lines in the south, is that the way back, basically?
Yeah, we're going over Greenland.
Yeah.
Then down Canada.
Okay.
South America.
So, how many years do you think we will take to do all this?
I don't know. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know how long we will, or I will take for a spit around the world. We have 194 countries in this world. Let's see that we get the most of them. That's why we're doing that stuff, and not how fast we are. I really tried to connect most of the countries.
Yeah.
So this is just a rough line. What I'm doing.
In fact, I think you should change your title, because you're not the spit around the world. You are the spit tour of the world. you know, spit around the world gives me an idea. Somebody wants to go around the world once, more or less, in a straight line as quickly as possible. Whereas what you are doing is you're basically looking at every part of the world. So,
Well,
yes,
but we are bringing her around the world.
eventually, yes.
See?
I think, I think
It's
in
definition.
about 3 years, let's say maybe in the
Well,
year 25, maybe, yeah.
yeah.
Got 22 now, so by 25 we should be around. Yeah.
Can be that I can do more streamage and stuff.
Yeah, so you can fly more than once or twice a week. Yeah.
Yeah, if I can do more streamage, we will be faster through that.
That is true.
But yeah,
Yeah.
for the
But at least you
moment,
don't
we
have to
are.
worry about, some streamers have to worry about, oh God, where I'm going to fly next. You don't. You
Well,
have
we
that
have a
ahead of you.
schedule right now. It can be
Yes.
that we say, oh no, the weather is bad here. I don't want to fly here today. So we take another plane, park her on the destination, and go somewhere else flying. This could be also possible if you don't want to, have the same sort of brandy every day. Yeah. So this is the general rough plan of what I want to fly.
Good.
Hopefully with you at my side.
Let's see how long I last.
So let's get.
But I just love this the park with this castle.
Yeah, it's astonishing.
Have
And
you
the
got a
history
story about
behind
this
it.
castle? Yeah.
The history behind. I need to find it again.
I'm parked at the moment in the air.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh, there's also a little airstrip.
Oh.
Wait a moment.
Is that an airstrip right next to it?
Almost
You think on the left side?
Little nav map shows there's a plane, but it's not a plane. An airport modeled. So, let's see. There's concept. There's a beautiful castle.
Yeah,
which
it
went
shows you
through many hands.
outlines.
I have actually a picture of this garden where it's blooming and beautiful and freshly made.
Looks very sort of French inspired.
Baroque.
Yeah.
Baroque style. So I will pause here too. Yeah, and that's the kind of we see every time when we have a nice castle. Come on, you can do better, Sim.
Well, I mean, at least we see the outlines of it.
Yeah, that's true. We had worse.
Yes.
We had worse. Well, where?
It doesn't look like an office block. I mean, that's one thing. That shocked me on when I was flying on Mallorca recently. That shocked me. The Cathedral of Palma looking like a modern high-rise office block.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
but
think
that
about
looks
it.
quite. If you don't go down any further, it actually looks quite nice.
Yeah, that's true. I'm stuck in the air in a good position right now.
Yeah.
I will just for a second do this one. Well, the name Ruendale comes from Germany and means Ruhental, Valley of Peace. Ruhental. The construction of the castle was initiated by the Russian Empress Anna Ivanovna to serve as the summer resident of the Duke Coland Ernst Johann Biron. And it's beautiful. See that? That's the front. It's about, I don't know, do you see my, no, you don't see my mouse cursor.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the front, not in the back where the beautiful garden is, but the
Oh, that
front
looks
side.
nice.
When you come with your carriage, that's what you'll be greeted with.
Mm-hmm.
It's really beautiful, that thing. The design was commissioned from the Russian-Italian architect and builder at the Tsar's court, Bartolomeo Francesco Rastrelli, who had already drawn up the plans for the Winter Palace of the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. The foundation stone was laid in 1735, and the construction work initially lasted till 1940s. Did you want to say something, Natsa?
No?
Okay. I
I
thought
was just saying because I realized the connection with the Winter Palace. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Between 1763 and 68, construction work was carried out on the castle again, and above all, the interior was completed. So it took a long while to build such a beautiful place. In the 1915, the German army built a hospital in the castle, and in 1919, there were devastation during a political uprising. So, yeah, once again, war destroyed many things. It's another view of the castle from the inner ring, where you can go up the stairs into the main buildings. And if you think
hello, Richie.
Huh?
I think Richie is in the chat.
Oh, thank you, Richie. He just resubbed. Thank you. How are you, Richie? How are you, buddy?
This looks so much better than what we see in the sim.
Yeah, it does. And if you think about the street, how old that street is, and it's there and not crumbling apart.
Yep.
And you think of our highways. Well,
Yes.
we are fine. We have some scenery in front of us. We're talking about a nice castle in Latvia and having a good time. If you want to jump in, feel free to. Does it work? Yeah, it does work.
You know, we have a castle from the Baroque age, not far away from here, Ludwigsburg.
Ooh.
And that has a similar feeling.
Nice.
Richie, you can always ask a question.
You can directly jump in at Echo Victor Papa India. Fire along the question, Richie.
Yeah, but we are not really that far away from the initial airport, so you can either spawn on one of us or you can go to the original airport. It's not that far away.
6 miles away from us is Echo Victor Papa India. We are on the third airport from this line.
Well, if you don't have a flight plan, you might just have to follow us.
Yeah.
Instead of going all over the place, It'll keep you sort of in line. But you could also load the flight plan into little nav map and then use little nav map to fly.
Navigate.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to our
Yes.
beautiful castle here. As the part of the Latvian agrarian reform, the castle, which had been damaged after the First World War, was expropriated in the 1920s and became the property of the Latvian state. Rundale survived the Second World War externally undamaged, but they used it as a granary. And so much of the valued interior was destroyed, of course. But they have rebuilt many things, and there is a museum in this building. So it's very beautiful. They have nice homepage where you can look actually how it's inside, and so like a virtual tour. It's very nice to look at that. So, and that's the beautiful garden we see from up here. That must be a delight.
Yes. That looks more or less like what we see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, and it reminds me every time I see this picture that it looks like the garden in Schloss Schönbrunn.
Yeah.
That's around the corner. Around the corner, yeah. And it's looking almost the same from the setup, from the design.
It's a bit smaller, this one.
Yeah. The aerial for the Schloss Schönbrunn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to walk a bit.
How do you call this in the park in Schönbrunn? There is this hill with a pavilion on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You don't know what it's called.
I know what it's called, but I can't remember.
Okay.
The
That's okay.
Gloriette.
Gloriette, yes.
Gloriette.
Yes.
In 1972, the Rondel Castle Museum was founded, and the restoration work began. And in 2005, the castle, with its baroque and modern garden shown, is in its old splendor. So, yeah.
Okay.
They had to put in a lot of work, but it paid off. If you see the pictures on the homepage, or if you're maybe watching, also, are you around the corner one day, it's definitely to be a place to be watched. That's very beautiful. It's mostly open to spring, summer, and autumn times. I think they have a season break in winter.
Yeah. Well, there will be no tourists then.
Yeah. And the garden is, mostly covered up, that the plants won't die in the winter.
Well, that was a nice stop, the first one.
Yeah. There's another nice castle. The Castle Traden. We will see a bit later.
Is that a famous river, or don't we know this river that we're flying along?
I was just looking if Richie decided to load in.
Do I see him anywhere?
I did not see him anywhere.
No, I don't see him.
I'm doing I'm not on the magenta line, Mr. Magenta.
You're not.
No.
Terrible.
Okay, not yet.
Let me have a look. Oh, the river is called the
Lulu.
Lielupe.
Yeah.
Okay. In other words, nobody knows it. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that kind of river.
Yeah,
I was
no.
just
Looks nice though.
yeah.
I like the countryside here.
Yeah, but I found some yuckiness,
Oh.
generic scenery.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You know, the funniest thing would be if in real life you make a trip to this area and then you
And
see
it looks
areas
like this.
like look exactly like this. Oh. That would probably really freak me out.
Or ruin the day.
Yeah.
We have quite a windage.
What does the map say?
Oh,
39 knots. Bloody hell. Sorry. That's terrible. From the side, it comes from our
from
right side. From our
100,
right. Yeah.
193.
Yeah. 38. No wonder.
Yeah, I'm about at 40, 41 knottage. That's why she hangs quite not parallel in the air. So at Echo Victor Sierra Romeo, we will do a touch and go. If you'd like to.
Touch and go I can do. I don't have to stop. That's fine.
If you'd like, we can do a pit stop.
No. I think we'll do one at Riga. Huh?
Yeah, we do
I
one
loaded.
at Riga.
I specifically loaded in that airport.
Me too.
Yeah, so we might as well stop there. And
Windage is crazy.
yeah, you look a bit funny below me, yeah? But I think I look the same. We're just not going straight.
There
I
he
remember
goes.
in my early days, I was actually flying a lot with Colonel Falk before he basically threw me out of his stream. And there was one flight where I had sort of normal weather settings, and he was on live weather, and he was flying below me, and he was almost at a 45-degree angle to my plane, but we were flying in the same direction.
Oh boy.
But as I say, he told me at one point that he basically could do without me, and I took his word for it. So where is this touch and go airport or airfield? Because I don't see anything.
Be patient.
Oh, it's coming up. Okay. Let's have a look at a little map.
Echo
I don't see
Victor
anything.
Sierra Romeo.
God, That
It's
is
about...
two corners away.
That's 30
Two
miles out.
corners away. Yeah.
Just wanted to warn you.
Yeah. It's okay. Don't warn me too early.
Oh, the clouds look very interesting over there.
Mm-hmm. Now, as usual, I have lost you.
Nothing new about that.
You're probably lower than I am. I'm way too
I
high.
am at 1800.
Okay, I'm at 3000.
This is Pancake Land here.
And I don't see you even below me.
I see
Never
you.
mind. Oh, you're over there. Okay, that's because I'm wildly off course. Hmm. This time it's me doing a Murph. I blame the spit for that.
Why do you blame the lady? Is she a
Always.
Karen at the moment?
It's always a safe bet. If there's a lady around, blame her.
Okay.
Yeah. Much more convenient. And as you might have realized by now, I'm not married. Okay. Yes, I've got you in my sights now.
Woohoo! I'm trying to find some music here.
Now where is Richie? I thought he was taking off. Oh, he's still way behind us. Yeah, we wait for him at that airport, I would think. Rather than do a touch and go.
We land
Let's
there.
just
Okay.
we land there and wait for him. If we can manage to land.
I can.
Okay. And I might be that crater in the ground next to you.
Well,
I mean, I have no idea what size of runway we have. What does it say?
it's a nice crispy short one.
It's only 1,300. That's not really very impressive.
Nice, crispy, and short.
Yes. Okay. I see the water coming up there.
It's behind us. Mm. Mm. If you fly in the outside view, you hear the wind
Yeah.
howling.
It's okay with this plane, but there are some planes, like the Kodiak, for example. If you have the Kodiak and you put out the flaps, it deafens you. It's such a tremendous noise. You don't hear anything else.
I don't know, I don't own the Cody.
Yeah. It's another lady.
I heard that the Cody is a lady.
Yeah. It's yeah.
And she will
Takes a
bite you
while
in
to
the
get
rear.
used.
If you don't trim her right, she'll bite you in the rear.
Yeah. She's. But I mean, if the one thing that I had to really learn is how to land that thing, because that is really, and you have to really set up your reverse thrust very well in your controls. Otherwise, you're lost.
You'll regret it.
She's a floater, you know. So if you're sort of over the runway and you're still sort of 2 or 3 meters up, and you can't engage reverse thrust, then you'll just float forever.
And if she's not running out of fuel, she will be floating.
Yep.
So like in a story, if they haven't died, they live happily forever after.
But I have to say, once you get her working, I mean, it's one of the best planes to be flying in high altitudes and places like that.
Daiki loved to fly her.
Yeah.
So she seems pretty nice to fly. When I tried to keep up with the caravan, the Cody laughed at me.
Yeah. No,
The caravan is
it's
not...
quite a nice plane, actually.
It's a nice plane, but not in the same shoe size as a Cody.
Yeah. No, but the Cody has character as well, definitely.
Yeah. And every time I hear a TBM behind me, and I'll switch the camera view and see, no, that's not a TBM. That's a Cody.
And you can also very often hear when there is an unexperienced pilot in the Cody, because they engage the reverse thrust, they land, and it makes a tremendous noise, which you will hear when somebody else is doing it. And if that keeps going, that means the pilot doesn't know how to stop it. And in my case, in my setup, what I have to do when I have the reverse thrust engaged, I have to go full throttle and back, and then it'll come out of reverse thrust. And then I go immediately, the revs go down and everything's fine.
I think if I ever get the Cody, I have to program my throttle differently, because I can say the Logitech throttle go from minus 100 to plus 100, and if I'm letting the lever at 50%, that would be idle, and I can move up and down like I want to.
Yeah.
So reverse thrust would not be that problem.
Yeah. But it's an interesting plane, I mean, certainly.
Yeah, sure. You'll hear nothing bad about it.
I like it a lot better than his long banana that Murph showed last night.
Well, it's the banana.
It's interesting. But it's such an ugly looking plane.
Well, it's special.
Yes, very. So I found that airfield.
But
all I have to do now is circle in.
So
but then I have my gear out. Would you believe?
No.
And now I have my flaps out.
Really?
And they're deafening.
And hello, Phantom. How are you, buddy? Yeah, lol, the vicious Cody. Eh? She can be a pain. If you haven't trimmed her correctly, she can be pain.
Yeah. The trim is very important with the Cody. Okay, now This is me landing. Unfortunately, nobody is watching. Okay.
Ah, work alert.
Oh shit.
Have fun
Oh
with-
shit.
with being
Oh,
productive.
Good grief. And there's buildings.
Yeah. Are you on the runway or in the greens?
I'm way past the runway.
You're in the greens.
Yes, but I managed to not crash into the buildings.
And you did not clip trees. Nice.
I did some sort of quick headstands, sort of nodding. Up, down, up, down, up, down.
Like the doggies in this retro cars.
Yeah.
This
But fortunately, it
wacky
ended
doggies.
with up. It ended with up and not with down, so I was okay.
Ooh. There's the concept. Woohoo!
Where is that runway? It really is a short one.
Yeah, it is. Richie headstands.
And Richie, because we are landing here to let you catch up, you definitely have to land here as well. Don't think you can just sort of stay in the air and let us make a fool of ourselves down on the ground. Yes, Richie handstands. Definitely. This place calls for, these walking headstands. When you have a headstand and you walk on your arms, that's what you should do here.
Or break dance. So, coming in. Hopefully not too low and slow.
Where are you? Oh, yes, I see you now.
More headstands incoming? I hope not. I don't want scratches on my nose.
But remember, Richie, you can overshoot the runway for some distance, but in the end, there are buildings. So it's going to hurt.
So there is an end. No stally.
Do you actually use that autopilot that you have
No.
open in front of you?
No, I don't use it for navigation. I just, not for autopilot navigation. I just use it to have this compass with the pink line and not with the green line.
Okay, now let's see you do this. That's not the runway.
Oh, really?
No. Now who's mowing the grass now? And you see those buildings in the background? That's the nasty ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely, I think for a Spitty,
It's
you
too
can't
short.
just do it on that runway. It's
It's
just
too short, but
Yeah.
they're fun, more fun than
Yes, they're definitely fun. Okay, now I see a Richie lining up.
yeah.
Let's watch that.
No pressure. We're watching you.
No. And nobody expects a headstand or anything like that.
It also can drift here. I mowed the lawn.
Yes, it's a well-tended lawn.
Now.
It has been mown twice.
Almost like English lawn.
Yeah. Come on, what are you doing? Are you circling? Come down, Richie. Oh, he wants to do the clever thing. He wants to land from the other side so that he doesn't have the buildings.
But there are trees. Not just one.
No, he's doing a big circle.
Maybe blading down speed.
But I do think he's coming in from that end. Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, yes, he's coming in.
Can you do it better than us?
Uh-huh. First headstand. Second headstand.
Come on, don't be
Third
mean.
Yeah, that's exactly the way that I landed. You know, a series of headstands, but in the end, he's sitting down properly. So don't worry about that, Richie. That's the way. I'm sure if you look in some libraries, you will find that this is the traditional way of landing a Spitfire.
So, flap it up.
So I'll just take a very quick break. Okay?
Okay.
Just
I line up for the runway.
Just defueling.
So we're on live weather. What says the fuel? Fuel says good. Now again. It's a short runway, a really short runway. Well, there was another down the river, which just had 700 feet. And I did not want to be that mean. Because I did not know if I would get the speedy up again. Up and humming. Actually, this place would be a nice Smurf challenge. Airport. You have your flappage down, Richie?
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Do we find moly holies here?
Well, first of all, let's go to the really end of that runway. Are you starting from the other side? Am I on the wrong end?
You are on the other end, yeah?
Okay, I'll join you over there.
I took some extra meters in the lawn. The lawn we mowed. If I mow a lawn, I want to use it. Huh.
Okay.
Oh. Down trimmage. And then... Kamikaze.
Richie, you take off first. I'll be with you later.
We go. Clear up. Cockpit closed.
Richie says, runway? What runway?
That lawn you're standing. Ouchie. We will circle and wait for you, Richie. Go on about 6,000 meters and give her full throttle. So, course 315. Windage is howling. Well, our next waypoint is Goya National Park.
Ah, another one of those. Okay.
Yeah. And in the Goya National Park is it's beautiful Castle Traden. And in the Goya National Park we will follow along that one river. Hope it's beautiful.
Okay. Now there's something below me that looks suspiciously like a racetrack.
Make an X on the map. We have to tell mechanical. Well, that's actually a beautiful one. That looks nice.
It has bends which I think you could manage with a plane. They're not so narrow.
Yeah, that looks interesting. That looks very interesting. Make an X on the map. 38 knots from 180 degrees. It's the wind. Listen closely, you can hear it howl.
If it howls too much, it means you have your landing gear out.
The gear lever is up, so the landing gear is up.
Okay. Because that makes a hellish noise on the Spitfire if you have the gear out.
Never.
You wouldn't know because you always put it in straight away.
Haven't heard that so much before. Well, you don't want to know how my first attempts looked like with the Spitty. They were disaster, to put it in a decent way. They were really a disaster. That's enough, my
Well,
bitch.
it's quite a change from the TBM that you were flying before that.
Yeah, the TBM is more steady in the air.
Yeah.
You set the TBM up right. If you set her upright on the runway, you say, "This is the direction you go." She goes in this direction. Not so the Spitty.
Yeah.
That was the biggest difference between the Spitty and the TBM. Okay, the TBM is not so... let's say she does not like to do aerobatics.
I don't think she was meant to do that.
Yeah, she's a nice... I fly straight plane and I do it as long as I can. Spitty is the opposite. Every slightest touch on the stick, Spitty leans in that direction.
Yeah.
To hold her straight, it's, challenging. The terrain looks nice here. Better than I thought.
Nice forest.
Yeah, green.
Not for me. It's still early spring. Or early summer. Whatever you call it.
You with your add-on.
Yeah.
In the classical, it's green. Yeah, and she likes to dance. Exactly, Phantom. Did you set up the bias, Richie, at the Spitty? If you don't, maybe that's a problem.
It helps It really
She
does.
will pull in every direction you don't want to. Well, there's the beginning of the Goya National Park.
Uh-huh.
Has nice sandstone formations on this river at the Gaia. Just trying to... Yeah, we will follow the curves for a moment. And don't follow me. Well, this Goya National Park was established in 1973 and protects about 90,000 hectares of the Goya Valley from Valmiera to Murjani. So has about, what was the number? 200 of monuments and castles and sightseeing stuff hidden in the forest, in the valleys. It has many nice spots to visit. Also the Traden Castle. The greatest pride of the park are the magnificent sandstone exposements which you have left and right of the Goya River. It has this reddish golden and grey sandstone forms from about 350 to 370 million years ago. So pretty far back.
This is interesting here. First of all, there's a very interesting formation on the ground, sort of like an ornament, and then there is a cable car in the air, or several cable cars. Now, I'm not sure if you have that, because I have an add-on which puts cable cars all over the world, but obviously there is one in real life here. And in front of me is, it's called Sigulda Castle.
Yeah, Sigulda Castle. It's actually one of those castles.
Yeah. And as again, you see a park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are lots of those castles around here.
Yeah.
There's Sigulda, there is Traden, there are some Stone Age caves. There's pretty much to look at. And if you want to see everything, you could be spent here 2 weeks and you won't have any free time.
But this cable car is interesting. That's interesting.
Well, I don't have these cable car thingies, so...
It crosses from one side of the valley, quite at the top, over to the other side of the valley. Just next to this castle.
Yeah. There's the castle Sigulda, and the next one is Traden Castle, which
yes,
I looked into.
This is the on the ground that you see there. That's the formation that I'm thinking about. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that bridge. Okay.
Yeah, I see the bridge.
Imagine that cable car basically is above the bridge.
Ah, okay. Yeah, little nav map shows a cable car line. But yeah. So this should be the one I wanna see. Want to look at. Yeah, there it is. I found it. Yay! Just as a picture from above, but I found it.
Oh, that's Tureida Castle.
Hmm?
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay, I got my mark.
In German, it's Treden.
Oh yeah, okay. I got my markers on, so that's why it's easy for me.
Well.
Okay. Now let's have a look what we can see here.
It's just a picture from above. But it's not ugly.
But it looks like a real sort of romantic river valley here.
It is.
Really nice,
it is. Tureida Castle.
That looks a little bit like an old castle.
It is. It's from the 13th century. The conquest of Old Livonia, which included the territory of Latvia and Estonia. It was carried out from the newly formed Riga by the Bishop of Riga, Albert. Albert relied on the Order of the Brothers of the Sword. That should be the Teutonic Order. Am I correct?
Yes, probably, yeah.
So this is what it looks like from afar. Should be where we are flying from the point of view.
Okay, I have my usual delay.
Until 1206, the entire territory was subjected to the Livonians and Latigals. There is a conflict between the Knights of the Order and the Bishop over the reward of the military aid. In 1210, the Pope granted a third of Livonia to the Teutonic Order. After this decision, the rivalry of the two main forces shapes the old further history of Livonia. And this castle was in the middle. So you see the red bricks here. Main building is where my left wing is. From this direction it is seen.
Okay.
On the Gauja River ran a border between the religious and episcopal land. To protect them, the bishop built exactly this castle. In the first years after the conquest, the castle was used by the life leader Kaupo. However, when it had been destroyed several times by the Estonians and Latvians, Bishop Philip from Ratzeburg began building a fort in 1214. So this thing has a pretty history.
In this whole area, there is so much changing of property back and forth.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Due to its military importance, the castle was strengthened according to the state of art and defense technology until the 17th century. Remarkable is the high medieval extraordinary high ring wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In 1776, the castle burned down and was not rebuilt, though they reconstructed many things again. And yeah, they want to get it to the appearance from the 16th century. It has a beautiful museum inside where you learn over the techniques and weaponry and much of the stuff which was in common in this castle.
Okay. Good.
They had also, this castle also has a homepage where you can look virtual at stuff. So if you're interested, hop over after the stream and look what you find.
Okay.
Back on course. The other nice castle garden. Bye bye to Raiden Castle. They also had in this castle, which looked like a marketplace with medieval stuff. Hello, hello, Senner. How are you? Thank you for joining in. Watching.
Hello, Zenar. You've already missed some very wonderful landings.
Ah, that's nice to hear. Ah. Want to join us up in the air? We are on the North Europe server. This is our flight route. And we are at Echo Victor Sierra Tango in a few moments. And soon we will be at the seaside.
Oh yeah.
There will be blue.
There will be surf.
Yay! Bin eigentlich gespannt, ob man den Leuchtturm sieht.
Uh-huh.
There's a lighthouse on the coast, and I don't know if it's in the sim or not in the sim. Let's see.
Or if it looks like a chimney.
Well, it's red. Chimneys are also red.
Well, we'll see.
Oh boy. What does it do or doesn't it do? What's your trouble, Senor? Yes, Richie. You.
Oh.
That's a nasty word.
Yes, yes, definitely.
That's a very nasty word.
The C word, we don't want to hear the C word.
Well, do you get them even when starting with a no? A no file in the community folder? I just know when my sim is behaving like Karen, then there is either a driver not up to date, like the graphic card, or there's a Windows update in the background I haven't seen yet. So is there everything up to date? Usually my sim starts to be naughty when there is a graphic cards update. You reinstall. Ugh. That's also a naughty word. Well, what do you think, Nightstep?
No, I don't want to hear that.
So sticky hands today. Yeah, that's not fun. I guess one big download would be too easy. Well, the colors here are very interesting. Brown, green, yellow, orange.
Okay, yeah. In
Very
my case, it's a bit
interesting
more
here.
brown, but it's okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm not a master to Senor. We have lots of carnage, we have lots of laughs, but
Yes.
that's
We
it.
love headstands. We absolutely love headstands.
or clipping trees, mowing lawn,
Yeah. Yes.
finding mole holes in the extension of a runway. There comes the moly holy. I found mole holes in a runway in Lithuania, so yeah. Moly holy. You invented the moly holy phantom. Well, I need a emote for that. The moly holy.
Yeah, I can imagine a nice emote with that. Oh yes, the sea is coming up.
With 38 knots wind from 171 degrees. Well, everything's fine, Richie. Everything's fine. Real life is always first place in the to-do list.
I see a beach.
Yeah, we see the blue horizon. What does the fuel say? Fuel looks good.
Mine always says 50%.
Yeah, wireless headphones are every time a good thing. But I love my wired more.
Oh, shall we talk about Richie then?
Not now.
Well, he says he can hear everything if we talk about him.
Yeah, but that would be too straightforward.
Yeah, it depends on what he actually is trying to do at the moment. It could be fun. It's like, trying to get Murph to laugh when he does his news recording.
That's naughty.
But fun.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the cloudage over there.
Yeah, the clouds are a bit sort of not on the cheerful side.
Center. Yeah, let's talk about Rich. Where do we start? What do you mean? Who is using autopilot? Richie sits back there somewhere, safely on the ground.
Yeah, he's not moving.
Are you
Okay.
doing a Murph count?
Why?
It looks like you're so far out
I'm
bound
following
on the...
that wonderful magenta line. I'm just a little bit to the seaside of it, but I'm basically following the same direction.
Okay.
I'm just magically attracted to this beach.
You want to land on it?
Could. But I mean, this is a Spitfire, not a Cessna, so I'm a little bit careful.
You did this landing with the Hawker.
Oh, okay. So you're saying I should.
I find the Hawker is harder to fly than the Spitty.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't have this tendency for headstands. That is an absolute Spitfire thing.
But it has the tendency to stall very badly. If you try to land on a 3-point landing.
I'm heading for the beach right now.
Right here.
Right here. Long enough.
Woohoo! Woohoo! There he goes.
Okay.
We have seen everything.
Okay, but now you must join me down here.
Yeah. I was just flying over you and upside down.
I did a bit of nodding. I did a bit of nodding.
Well, Senor, that makes them crunchy. Oh, Mrs. Kitty is awake. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm showing 9 feet. Well, that's because I'm on the beach.
Bumpy, bumpy. There we are. Hee.
Very good. Better than mine. You didn't nod.
Nope. The thing is, if you land with her, try to be under 90 knots.
Yeah, I was probably too fast.
Then she does not do this headstanding. You don't want to see the carnage behind that. Okay, Mrs. Kitty is a good kitty. It's not on my cables. Well. Let's get over to Riga, I would say.
Okay, yep. Let's see if we can get away from this beach.
Don't forget the down trim.
Oh yeah. Yeah, God. I'm definitely on an up trim at the moment. Yeah. Better now.
Be a nice kitty. Off we go. What's up, Mrs. Kitty? What you doing? Go on to your cat tree. Come on. There's Richie.
Okay. But you want to circle the town before we land or afterwards?
Ah, recovered. Should not do stupid stuff when holding camera view. Let's do first the landing, because I need a bathroom break for a minute
Okay.
when we land.
And we look at the town after that.
Right. Beautiful seaside. You see prawns?
Yep. Do you think that's on Riga Airport?
Ah. Yeah, AN20.
Could be.
If you mean full prawns, he's in a A330, I guess.
Yeah.
Airliner.
A20 it says.
Yeah.
A20 and
Airbus 320 Neo.
in other words, geek. Nah. I think Speedies were made for shooting down geekners. I even think I can see the airport.
That's the blinky blink. Runway 36 is open.
Whichever that is. Is that coming in from the sea? Or the
No,
other way
that's
round?
the land one.
Ah, it always is the other one.
The one from the sea is with the cross.
Okay, but I can understand with the winds being as they are.
Does anybody have a surfboard? If I would live here, I guess I would be on the water every day, all day.
Yeah, it's a good place if you like being at the seaside. Okay, yes, what I thought was the airport is not the airport. It's further back.
Oh, okay. There's a small little airstrip in front of it.
Yeah, I saw this right next to the river.
Yeah, that's the airstrip.
Yeah. But when I look at where Four Prawns is, that's quite a bit further back.
Yeah. That's the Riga airport.
So the strip is Echo Victor
Romeo, Sierra.
Romeo Sierra, and the other one is Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. And that's the one we're aiming for.
Yeah, we are landing on Romeo Alpha.
Okay. Oh yes, and I do see some scenery. There is an interesting tower, for example.
Yeah, I got a landmark there.
So the add-on seems to work.
Yay!
This is my favorite approach. At 90 degrees to the runway.
Yeah, it really is. Flight Sim 2 is amazing source for such content and people actually creating that content for you for free. There's so much amazing freeware scenery. They do this, yeah. I don't want to know how many hours they sit in front of a project.
Yeah.
They are releasing them.
In this case, they really have to do every building. You know, I mean, there's a process where they can basically use Google Map images, but if you have buildings like this tower, for example, that has to be done specifically.
Don't. Well, CTD?
This is at least a runway that is long enough.
I got a CTD.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
God. You really not, your machine doesn't like add-ons, does it?
No. Well, you know my procedure?
No.
Or maybe it did not like the music. I have to restart the gaming rig.
Oh God.
Yeah. Or my instruments won't work. That's my problem. Restart.
Well, I have to inform you that I have landed successfully.
Yay! With or without headstand?
No headstand.
Ooh, nice.
Absolutely amazing stuff.
Well,
But I mean,
one
it's a
time you
runway that
land,
is, it's long
one,
enough.
one time you land with no Shangimans whatsoever, and we can't watch you because the flight
That's
sim
okay. That's okay.
did a
I mean,
CTD.
you will just have to believe me because I'm such an honest guy.
Oh, let's see how fast we can fire back up.
Okay. I'm scooting to the side here. Then I can wait.
La 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 la. Well, since the computer is booting, I will just be a second in the bathroom.
Okay. And Richie, don't think just because Kaharia isn't here, nobody sees your landings. I'm having you in my sights.
Well,
Well, Richie is circling the airfield at the moment.
woohoo! Let's see how fast I'm back on.
Uh-huh.
Have to boot the instruments.
Yep, this looks like a real airport. Like not a
Ooh.
artificially generated one. It says Riga as well.
Up and running, up and running. Last panel, come on. We need little nav maps. Flight tracker. Okay, I will load in directly in Riga.
Mm-hmm.
So where's Riga?
I'm just doing a quick drone cam survey of the airport.
Yay!
It does look quite nice.
Wherever, it does not matter. So, want to start this, that.
Okay. Inside on one floor, there are actually people sitting waiting, but on the other floor, it's just photographs.
Okay.
But it's good stuff for a free add-on.
So we got OBS running. We have the flight tracker running. We have somehow, somewhere, the Twitchy running. This is running. Woohoo! What do I miss? My cheat sheet. We do normal mode, thank you, because I need my instruments. Well, hello. Servus. Willkommen im Stream. Welcome to the stream. We just had a seat today, and I'm trying to start up everything again. Insert the melody of Jeopardy. Dim, 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 dim. Whatever you like.
We are using, if you can, we're using
English would be
English.
better, because everybody could understand. Well, where's my cheat sheet? There's the sheet. Thank you. Where were we? There were we. Yeah, my husband built the wooden stuff. So it's not finished yet, but it gets there someday. I will jump in Riga, where I got the CTD, and we will look at Riga, and then we go towards Estonia. Well, if you like to jump in, we are on the North Europe server. Somewhere should be a mouse. There is another mouse.
I like our last airport. Eek!
Eek. Let's see, yeah, I do have a joystick. Because a yoke, it would be awesome to have a yoke. Yeah, but I don't have the space. I'm so sophisticated with space right here, so I'm happy to have my Thrustmaster stick here, which I can put under the wood construction if I'm not flying. So, is this in the right position? That looks good. And now, please. Yeah, and she knows that. Thank you.
She
She
reads the
knows.
chat. Yeah.
She knows she's cute. And she can be mischievous. We are at the moment at Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. I will load in there on the North Europe server. That's Riga International, Echo Victor Romeo Alpha.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard about that, Richie, that they were very advanced with digital things.
So, we want daylight.
Okay.
Nice, Richie. Very nice. Oh, there's Black Speedy. I don't want a Black Speedy. I want a full tank. Thank you. Fly. Yeah, books are a mountain of knowledge.
Yes, especially if you have read them all.
I've read the most.
Yeah. Same here. Most.
But do I have everything started? I have flight tracker. I have this. That's running. That's running. Oh, nice for you, Richie. Well, ready to fly. We have a master avionics. I guess we need that. There's lights. We have to close the door or we fall out. Secure. Trimage 3 down. Some rudder. Magnetos would be helpful. This one down.
From my point of view, you are behind a hangar.
Probably. It just took any spot.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is on. This is on. Pumpage. Till red lights out. Red slide out. Ah, you back there. Yeah, I see ya. Or your nameplates.
Yep.
I took a GA small, so I guess this is the GA airport part. On the brakes. This Merlin engine humming is the best sound ever.
Yes, that is a good sound. .
No, this is a civilian simulator, so you can't shoot. If you want to shoot somebody down, you better use DCS.
Yeah. But you can shout "Daka Daka Daka" at the top of your lungs.
You can do that, yeah. So I have to use one. And I have a wish list for Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. Who hasn't?
Taka, 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 taka. Well, I want to know why the CTD was. I want a crash report.
A crash report, yeah. That's
They
what Murph
have
keeps
to,
saying as well.
yeah, they have to implement that soon, because it gets complexer and complexer, and you don't know why this stuff crashes.
And I mean, your setup is so much more advanced than mine, and I fly with all these add-ons and I never have a problem. You put one in and the whole thing crashes. That's just not normal.
Not fair either. So I'll join you guys. Just tags into you. We get some nice pictures from Riga. Since Riga was in the Hanseatic League and it's pretty old. There. Don't. Getting panic here of my screen stutters.
Yeah. Funny.
Since it was in the Hanseatic League and it's pretty old, it has many styles from buildings. So this will be interesting if we actually see something of that in the sim.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter where we start. Oh, there's four prawns.
I'm basically at the far end, but we can take off from wherever we are, and we'll just meet in the air.
Yeah. Okay, then I will give it socks.
Okay.
Since we lost time through the
socks.
Well, I don't wear one.
Then it's much easier to give.
Yeah. Oh, there goes concept. Up in the air, up and humming. Woohoo! Oh, windy.
I think I'll change the weather. I just want to see something. I'm going to summer in Dublin.
Shall we do that too? The summer in Dublin? Or do you want the cloud edge?
Well, I do that just at least for the sightseeing of the town now.
Yeah, there I go. Well, he has a point. Ouch. Where is it? Where is it? Where's someone Dublin? There is it. Yeah, looks nicer. D.
Oh, I see yet another airfield there.
There's some.
Yeah.
So
I'm heading for,
back.
at the moment, I'm heading for that TV tower.
I see you.
It looks interesting.
Really? Is it?
Yeah, that looks like
Reminds
a
me a
rocket.
bit of the Eiffel Tower.
It has the same shape, doesn't it? Yeah. Could also be a rocket.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew. Exactly.
And if you look closely, there is the tower from the add-on, and on the ground there's the picture
Oh
of
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. That's
tower.
all we would. That's all we would see if we didn't have the add-on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Good thing we have the add-on.
Yeah. Flight Sim 2,
Okay.
our best friend. If you get too
And then
many add-ons, you get that nasty word.
and I
Maybe
see some interesting buildings over here.
right here.
They look like they might be old, like a church.
Get enough churches.
Oh yes, and there's a park, and oh yes, I'll stop again here. And a lot of
Yes,
cruise
I'm
ships as well.
on the industrial part here right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I need up trimmage here.
Oh, interesting.
Looks better. So
I wonder if these cruise ships are part of the add-on, or if they are actually in the sim.
I don't know. Because I got that ship add-on from Flight Sim 2. And
Yep.
that which is for free from Orbex. I got both. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
This looks like an old building there.
And
Nice.
there's two churches where I
Yes,
am.
this is... Well, wait. What? I found it! Oh, you found it. What I was looking for was I found a picture. Boop. Toggle, pause. Haha. Yeah, this could be the shape. I found a picture of Riga. A map of Riga from the old days.
Uh-huh.
Looking like this.
This looks to me like the old center.
Yeah. I guess so. Because there's the one church which we have here. This is the old center.
Mm-hmm.
This is church right behind my tail. And this one is on my right wing. Nice.
And there's a nice park. I'm just moving around with the drone cam at the moment. There's a... If you go sort of at right angles from the river, you go inland, there is a park, and there is a nice sort of palace-looking building and a column with is it an angel or something like that at the top? It hasn't got a marker for me, but it looks nice.
Yeah, this looks nice.
Yeah, it
And
looks like
I'm sure that is from the free add-on of Riga sightseeing spots from Flight Sim 2.
yeah. There's a
Otherwise,
building.
it would be Legos
Yes.
or flat.
I think that many of the buildings are Legos, but in the middle there are these sort of
In the middle
historic
of the
buildings.
Legos, there are
the
POIs.
Now that makes it so much nicer to look at.
Now I'm curious.
And that bridge, I'm quite sure that's also not part of the original thing. If it wasn't so far, that would be a nice place for a holiday.
Yeah, definitely. Well, do we actually find the Schwarzhaupthaus?
What does it
Is
look
it
like?
in there? It looks like this. Should be somewhere at
This
one
building that you're
church.
looking at the moment, that's the one that I thought that looked like an opera or something like that.
Possible. This is. Could it? Somewhere in the main square.
Okay, I'm looking for this building now, because I see the church.
Me too.
So
But I don't see the building.
because that looks like a building that
Should
somebody
stand
would
out.
put in, yeah.
That should stand out, that building.
I can see the church. No, maybe we are just too blind.
My glasses aren't polished. Yeah, definitely. It shows how much smaller everything was.
Yeah. And you can see it must be the old part of town because the houses are so much closer together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have this feeling that
We won't see that
building
one.
is not in.
It was this particular building was destroyed during wars, and they rebuilt it, replicated in the old style to its old glory. So pretty nice to see that some things like this happen.
Yeah. It's a pity that along the Baltic coast so many towns now only have restored versions of the old buildings. Yes. And then there is a very communist looking building if you go a little bit inland. I mean upriver towards the TV tower, that direction.
I flew over those, and I think that's more the industrial.
There is a very communist looking building.
Yeah.
It has a big tower.
Well, Riga once belonged to the Hanseatic League. Some houses are still reminiscent of the medieval power, but as the city grew, not only the wars demolished the buildings, but also they were happily, ripped off and rebuilt in something different. So, yeah. That is.
What you should do, switch off the light. I just have this wonderful city view, and I turned the time to nighttime.
Really?
And it looks absolutely amazing.
Okay, we will do this in a second.
Absolutely
A
amazing.
bit higher up. So let's see what we see.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that. This is beautiful.
It's really well done.
Isn't that beautiful?
There's even colored lights in some cases.
Yeah, even the tower, the TV tower is lit differently.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Beautiful.
beautiful. You should see it on the panorama vision I have through the 3 monitors.
Ah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is wow. Does this work again? Huh. This is beautiful. I'll add this view for you.
Well, I'll certainly take some screenshots, which I can put in Discord later.
Yeah, please. Since my AMD software did not want to.
Still not.
Still not, even after the update. I'm grrr about that. Well, let's talk about Riga for a moment again. It is the center of tourism and a magnet for locals. And it's also on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Even before the foundation of Riga, 1201, at the confluence of the later filled stream Redice, German Riga, therefore the name Riga, and the Düna, there was a settlement of the Finno-Ugric Livonians on the right bank of the Düna River. So this city has a pretty long history behind. And I was showing you this nice building, the House of the Black Hats. I mean this one. Oh, put it in there for a moment. This one. This house was designed as a venue for meetings and banquets hosted by the Brotherhood of Black Hats, a guild of unmarried merchants, ship owners, and foreigners residing in Riga. So it was a hotspot location for party. You could
Party.
party hard. This building was one of the town structures and damaged, or better to say, destroyed during World War II. The bombardments scarred it. Yeah. The only surviving section of that was the medieval cellars, which they found during reconstructions in the 1990s. And they finally could fully restore that building in 1999. So about 10 years of reconstructing such a nice building. There you see, everything takes time if you want to do something great. Then a typical old town view, what we won't see here in the sim. It's very narrow houses, and the Swedish gate was a part of the city wall which is still standing, which overdue the time. You see that, Nights Up?
Cool. Hang on. Oh yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
This part is the remains of the city wall.
Yeah. That looks really old. Yeah.
And then you see it's a colorful old city, as a colorful old town where they put many styles together. They have also, wie sagt man da, Reichenviertel? A district where the rich peoples are housing.
Yeah, for the rich people. A posh area. Yeah.
Okay, that's what you call it. And there are this kind of buildings with Art Nouveau building on the Alberta Isle.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, that's nice.
Yeah. There you see where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
They have also typical medieval stores in the inner city. You can only get into the inner city at foot. So no car driving.
Mm-hmm.
Just you and your feet go explore.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's also a typical view from the different sizes of houses and building styles.
It looks like a shop in Skyrim.
Yeah,
you can go in there and buy swords. Yeah. Okay.
Or potions.
Yes, or potions. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And believe it or not, the Latvian cuisine is very tasty, very hearty.
Mm-hmm. In other words, very yummy.
Yeah,
but
you have to like it though. Was ist Kümmel nochmal?
Cumin.
Cumin. Mm-hmm. They have a love for cumin. I think my husband will, yeah.
He doesn't like cumin.
No. He won't touch anything there. So they have almost everything with cumin.
But you know that cumin is very good for you.
Yeah, it's healthy, but I don't have to have it everywhere.
It helps with the digestion. So you can eat greasy food and you digest it much better. Yeah.
You need it there.
Okay.
So if you look for a moment on the stream, that looks yummy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That looks very much. Many years ago, I was in Paris, and I was in a medieval restaurant, and they served food from the Middle Ages. And one of the foods was this salad with lentils and onions, and it was cold, it wasn't warm. But that looked very much like this. Oh, sorrel soup.
Yeah, there's some very yummy things. And they have all kinds of cheese, with cumin.
Yeah.
Well,
It's cumin. Well,
I don't have it to have in cheese. Come on.
oh come on, there is hardly a food that you cannot put cumin in. I mean, if you want to.
Well, Nightsa, this one, I actually want to try this sometime in the
But
future.
without cumin.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
cumin. And I want to make the sweet side of it. Of course, you can do this in 2 different styles. You can do it hearty with salt, cumin, onions, and creme fraiche. This is Roggenbrot-Teig?
Rye bread?
Rye bread, dough, formed into
Rye bread,
tartlets filled with potatoes and carrots. So you mash them together, put them into the oven, and you can make it on the sweet side with cinnamon and sugar and give some whipped cream about it, or you can make it hearty with cumin, salt, pepper, and put onions and creme fraiche on it. So this one is actually, I'm intrigued by it.
Yes,
I want to try that.
Yes, I would want to try that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds nice. It looks nice, and I'm sure it will taste nice if you do the appropriate stuff on it for your taste buds. No cumin.
Yeah, Phantom, I think so. But that could be good.
Well, where am I? Where's my... There's my bird.
Yeah, this is my problem too. I have no idea. I'm in the drone cam, and I would like to go back to my plane.
Numblock and 5.
Ah, thank you. Magic. Magic. Yes, thank you. I learned something new. Good.
I was laughing over Richie with, alright, if anyone meets Kaharia for dinner, remember, no cumin.
No cumin, yes.
Well, I don't have a problem with cumin. Come on, would you just... Thank you. I want into my external views. You. I don't have any problem with cumin, but I don't want to have it everywhere. And I was Googling about the Latvian cuisine. Latvian cuisine. Latvish is the German name. The Latvian cuisine. And really, they said if you don't like cumin, you will die of hunger in front of a full plate.
Okay. No, I have no problem with cumin. You see, in southern Germany, there are some areas, in Bavaria, for example, where the bread always contains cumin, for example.
Yeah, that's the problem my husband has. He does not like cumin in the bread, and we have all kind of bread, but most of them have cumin in it. And Phantom, ha ha ha.
But there's yet another airport. No, that's the airport that we came from. Yes, I'm getting all confused. Yes, but there are a lot of airports in this area.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there are lots compared to other places we were or we will be.
So are we continuing the flight?
Yeah, we're continuing the flight.
Okay. But this was a nice add-on. It really gave us a bit of an idea what the city looks like in real life.
Yeah, actually we found the old city after this old map through the POIs which were added in. Of course, I I'm sure that we would not have found that without the hints we got. Yeah, is this Kimeri? Kimeri National Park? It looks like Kimeri National Park. Is my little nav mark? Soon.
Kemeru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's soon up. Well, thank you for the follow. Daryl68. Welcome to the Cat Pack.
Yes, and there is another airport coming up. There's plenty of airports. Yeah.
Not just one airport.
Yeah.
Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, yeah, you have plenty of choices.
So if you want to try out a funny plane where you don't know if the plane will give up on you, this is a good place.
Yeah, definitely. Also beautiful place. But you should be aware here of the national parks and regional parks and wetlands, or you will go down under. Bloop, 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 bloop. Soon we're over the wetlands. Kameri. Well, I actually landed with her in Greenland on a mountain. So it was quite a funny experience. To slide with the spitty through the snow like jingle bells. Oh, we are on the national park. Yeah. We are over Kimeri National Park. That's nice. I'm not sure if we see the green dune. That's a funny strip here. Well, this national park was founded in 1997 and has about 382 square kilometers. Quite a big park here in Riga, also aside Riga. The park stands out for the wetlands, has all kind of wetland types, from low grass bogs to transitional bogs. So stay on the roads because you don't want to sink. The Great Kemeri Moor is one of the largest raised bogs in Latvia. The Lake Canaria is an internationally important resting and feeding place for migratory birds. And it's also known for its diversity, because it has moors, it has wetlands, swamps, lakes, pine forest, and the Baltic Sea coast. So, you know, a national park which is more diverse? I haven't seen one. Maybe we'll see it in the future, but for now, I just can say no.
Yeah.
Looks pretty. I find the picture. Actually, this whole presentation will land on my Discord, and you can read in to it after our flight. If you'd like to, in German and in English. I did both languages. So if you want to join on the Discord, feel free to jump in. And this is what the swamp is looking like in real life. So it's pretty colorful. And you should stay on the planks. You got a problem.
Oh yeah.
Bye bye.
And you should not go there at night, maybe.
Not really.
Unless you have a very strong torch.
And nerves. So this is, I guess this is the area we're flying over right now. So let's do a circle that you see what I mean.
Uh-huh.
This looks like the picture we're talking about.
Yep.
Get the view from the simulator into, yeah. I guess this is where we're looking at right now. It has stations where you can watch birds. They also provide tours for tourists. For bird watching, you just need your spectacles for the viewing. So it's pretty nice here. You watch closely. And you have the time and nerves.
I'm just waiting for generic landscape. Looks like that sort of area now.
You don't say that nasty word. If
I would say almost.
If while driving or hiking through a forest path on the part of Kemeri, it suddenly seems, hopefully no alligators, but I think that would be too cold for them.
No.
it suddenly seems that it hits a steep wall and ends. Then it's clear you're at the Green Dune. This is a sand wall, several kilometers long, covered with pine forest, which was formed when the coast of old Lithuanian Mere was formed. That's not for my tongue. So you have really a staircase up there. You can get into the forest. Into that pine forest. And the national park the national park is also used on certain meadows for herding specific horse breeds, like the Polski. This one, Polski Kolka, if I remember correctly, and some cattle for which is predestined for outside herding, which does not need stable and is good in the colder weather.
There is slight possibility that you are not on the magenta line.
I'm definitely not on the magenta line, Mr.
Okay.
Magenta.
Okay. I just wanted to
I
know.
was just circling about the lake, and now I'm trying to get it back to the magenta line.
I just wanted some information.
Oh, I'm getting back to the magenta line.
Not that it is very exciting on the magenta line, but I just thought what I see is not what you show.
Well, magic. And Senor, that nasty word cumin, I don't find it a nasty word. My husband finds a nasty word. I don't have things against cumin. There are some foods where cumin is mandatory.
Yeah.
Like in sauerkraut.
And also in Indian cooking, there's a lot of cumin.
Yeah, but they have a bit of different cumin also.
There are two kinds, they use both, yeah. And there is what we call in German Kreuzkümmel.
Yeah.
And then there is the other one, which is the one that probably we use here mostly, the little seeds.
Yeah. There are two kinds, and the Kreuzkümmel, I like this taste a bit more.
Yeah.
But there are foods where the normal cumin should be in. Like Krautfleckerl.
Krautfleckerl, yeah. Okay. But even though I'm a German, I don't really like kraut. Even though half the world calls us krauts.
But I guess let's stop talking about food.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Because I'm getting hungry.
Yes, and I'm not allowed to eat until tomorrow morning.
Same here. Well, actually, it's delicious if you make it right. If you mean the Krautfleckerl.
He doesn't want us to talk about something else. He wants to stay with food.
Well, with the shadows, it's cheesecake. With the shadow display team, it's always cheesecake and chocolates. Krautfleckerl in English, you would translate in cabbage and pasta. And it is delicious if you make it right.
Yes, Phantom. And that's why most people use joysticks, because they have one hand free, which they can use for food, you know. Whereas if you use a yoke, you have a problem.
And Senor. Richie, sorry. Das are Krautfleckerl. If you made them right, there's cumin in there, there's cabbage in there, some onions, and pasta. Salt, pepper, of course, but yeah, nom nom.
Okay, Zenor, you're right again. Yeah.
Nice definition. It's a bit too. Let's take this. Me neither, Senor. This looks interesting. And now comes yuck. Yeah, it surely does look nice. That's why we're using it. Simple as that. And if you rumble over to twotonmurphy.com, you can download it for yourself. From our nice fellow streamer, Two Tone Murphy. Yeah, it's summer in Dublin. Ah, okay. Where are you? Well, you gone, guys.
Well, I see Richie more or less
I don't see you
in,
both.
in your vicinity. I'm absolutely on the magenta line, but I'm also parked at the moment, so you can catch up.
Okay.
I'm already sort of flying more or less north.
Okay. Well, Zenor, I don't drink Guinness or any beer. I don't like the smell.
You're not supposed to smell it, you're supposed to drink it.
But if I don't like the smell, I'm not drinking it. Nice and shiny.
Can you see me now?
It's pretty. Negative.
You know that big lake ahead of you, and I'm just west of that lake.
There's no nameplate in the sky. It seems
Maybe it is that, yeah.
there's Richie. There's Lights Up.
Yeah.
So, server decided to work again. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for mentioning it, Phantom. I may not forget to change fuel tanks. There's the concept. On pause. And soon we will hit the beach again and fly over to Estonia.
Yep.
This down here is for the second fuel tank. And the other stuff is, yeah, for the emergency. Since we don't have an emergency, everything's fine. Oh.
Okay.
That's just for the tank which is underneath the Spitty. Yeah, Fly9 did a wonderful job with the Spitfire. So that in the middle there's the additional tank which you can go some more miles. And this thing actually slows her down about 50 knots. There's no problem whatsoever going on about 300 knots, but with this tank you can't. It's not possible. If you're using in the sim the fuel thingy, if you won't give anything in here, the tank will not appear. But we're using it to attach some range. So she can go about 600 miles without problem. Yeah. No way at all. And I'm happy that I have Monday off again for next week, so I can fly again with the Shadows. Looking forward to that. It was fun. It was carnage. It was silly. It was awesome. Yeah, it was really funny. Since fuel looks okay, I think we shortcut the next airport and fly straight up to Estonia.
Mm-hmm. So you mean leave out that loop?
Yeah, I go straight up.
Straight for waypoint 13.
Waypoint 5. Yeah, haha.
Yeah, okay. Will do.
I have a shorter flight plan since the CTD. Must
Yeah,
be
okay.
waypoint 30 north south.
Yeah.
For me, it's waypoint 5.
It's the one after the airport.
Yeah, exactly. So we're approaching Cap Kolka. It's where the two seas, two oceans are meeting.
Which two oceans, if I may ask?
The closed off ocean of Riga Bay and the Baltic Sea.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like there's a bit like that in the north of Denmark.
Yeah.
Skagen.
Well, actually, this cape was mentioned in writing in early as the year 1000.
Okay.
On the runestone of Merevalla, there are reports of a Viking trip to the Semegals around Cape Domnes, which is the older name for the Cape Kolka. And even in the ancient times, there were large fireplaces maintained to warn the sailors for the Andeeps, where it's dangerous to sail. You won't strand.
Untiefen.
Yeah, Untiefen.
Shallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They warned them from the shallows. There is also a monument. Some rocks put together, but it quite looks nice. One of those monuments to remember the old times.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to watch migratory birds in April, there are up to 50,000 birds every day.
Oh God.
Which are flying by. So this must be huge.
Okay. So you should bring an umbrella when you go outside.
Yeah. Or keep your head covered. This is what the spit looks like, which we are approaching.
Well, it's fitting, isn't it?
Yep.
The spit is over the spit.
The spit is over the spit. That's why I wanted to fly there. And actually, I'm curious if we see the lighthouse. Let's find a nice picture of it. From the old days. And since January 2016, this lighthouse is registered as a technical cultural monument. So.
Okay. I don't have high hopes, but...
Me neither, but I see a dark spot in front there in the sea, so...
oh, it's not... Is it actually in the sea?
It's in an artificial island.
Okay, so it's not on land.
Yeah, it's not on the spit itself, but on an artificial island on shallow.
It's
To
where you
warn
put
the ships.
where you put waypoint 14.
Where did put the waypoint on it?
But I see what you think is the island, but I don't think there is anything on it. But let's see.
And they just made this island, this artificial island, to warn the ships, because there's so many shipwrecks than anywhere else in the Baltic Sea on this spot, so they just try to get a caution. Thank you.
There is some kind of building on that island.
Yeah.
That is true, but I don't think it's a tower. It's probably
We will
more
see. We will
one of the
see.
Lego houses.
Probably. So let's slow down a bit. Because we're fast. Booting it at the moment.
It looks really funny. It looks funny. It's a house in the middle of the sea.
Well, this lighthouse is automatic. And nothing else. It's powered by a nuclear reactor. Nice. That looks... Yeah, this looks funny. It really looks funny. It's not worth to fly back.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, sea house. Not lighthouse. And if a wave comes, bloop, it's gone.
Yeah. And whoever lives there probably has a goose.
Probably. Or just a ship.
Yeah.
Or wet legs, yeah. And since nobody is on this island, the seabirds likes to be there and breed.
Yeah. So it's full of bird shit.
I shit you not.
Oh god.
And now we are crossing the border from Latvia to Estonia.
Yeah, and because I have the shipping add-on, there is a freighter near the lighthouse.
Okay.
I find that the most interesting thing with this add-on, that the ships actually exist. So if you go down and you see the name of the ship, you can look it up. It's a real ship, and you can
Nice.
see what it does and where it is in reality at the moment, and so on.
Really nice. What I would like to have is not only the ships and the routes in there, but also more planes in the sky.
Well, I mean,
'Cause
can't you do that? I mean, I normally don't allow that, but if you allow the AI traffic, you should have the planes.
I have AI traffic on. There is not much here.
And then I think there are add-ons which show you
I had a
real
good one, but
real planes that are in the area.
yeah, I had a good one, but it was not compatible anymore, and now I don't have a good one.
Yeah.
I have none. And this is interesting for the international airports like Vienna.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
When there is a line coming in, you had to fit between. Somehow. You approach runway 29 or runway 29er on Vienna International, and there's a long road,
I
a
once
long line.
I once experienced that in real life. I was
boy.
flying as a passenger in a Cessna, and when we got back to Stuttgart airport, the tower told us, there is one in front of you, there's one behind you, make sure you get into the middle, and as soon as you touch down, leave the runway as quickly as possible. And that's what we did. And we left the runway, and immediately behind us, whoosh, the next plane came down.
How was this in the movie Snow Dogs? Oh my god, Cessna move or you become a spoiler for 737.
Yes, that's more or less what the tower told us too. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just the difference. The Cessna was starting to take off, and the 737, was landing.
Oh, that is actually even worse.
Yeah. It was a close call in the movie.
Yeah, that was an interesting flight. We also had a very close encounter. I think it was a B-52
Ooh.
American.
Is the
it
B?
came to
Is this
came
52?
towards us.
Isn't this the Mustang?
No, maybe I don't. Maybe I got the name wrong. It's a big transport plane.
Okay.
With four engines.
Ooh.
And it came directly towards us on the same level, because we were approaching the military airport.
Are you kidding me?
And so we had to do a little
Thank
sort
you.
of dive down to get under the plane. That was interesting.
Okay.
Well, it was an uncontrolled airspace.
So in some AMD software failed. I don't know what failed, but
Are you CTDing again?
no, I hope not. Not on the last few miles of our flight plan.
It would be nice if it could actually keep running until we've ended.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
That looks like an interesting island here. So that island is already Lithuania.
No,
Sorry,
Estonia.
Latvia.
We're in Estonia. We were in
totally
Latvia.
confusing all these countries. I can't keep them apart.
I just want to say the German names. The B-52 is a huge Cold War bomber with
Yes,
eight jet
yes,
engines.
yes.
And maybe it was the C-130, 130.
I can tell you what it did. Maybe then you know why it was there and what kind of plane. That was at the time when the American Pershings were taken out of Germany again. And that was one of the planes that was loaded with these Pershings and was leaving what is now called Frankfurt Hahn, but at that time it was the actual American airbase. And that was a huge plane, and I thought it was a B-52 actually, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Phantom Road, maybe a C-130.
Yeah.
Is the B-52 not that stratosphere thingy?
Yeah, it can go very high. I mean, I remember the B-52 was a plane that was used in Vietnam and places like that. It certainly was a little bit bigger than our Cessna.
A little bit bigger. Just a little bit. I think the B-52 was the Stratofortress. But I also can be very wrong about that.
No.
I'm not so with the warbirds.
And that was
with the old ones.
We were doing real VFR. In other words, we were basically looking out of the window with a map.
Yeah.
And we were over the Mosel.
Yeah.
And the Mosel River.
Phantom Road. Also, a lol could fit a lot of Cessnas in that.
Yes. And the Mosel is one of these loopy rivers. It has a lot of loops.
Yeah.
And we couldn't agree which loop we were over to decide precisely where we were. And then all of a sudden, the guy next to the pilot said, well, I think we've got traffic oncoming. And that was that huge plane.
Well, I'm sure this was an eye-opening moment. Ooh.
Oh, it was. It was.
Like that eye-opening moment alongside Frankfurt am Main Flughafen.
This is the funny thing. I mean, this airport, I'm not sure if it's even operating now, but it used to be a charter flight airport. And it was always called Frankfurt Hahn, but it is far away from Frankfurt. You're not even in Frankfurt-controlled airspace when you go there.
Yeah.
But they gave it that name, so it sounded more attractive for people booking flights.
Wow. We will use runway 05.
Okay, which must be the one opposite. Just my guess.
No. This is...
No.
Not the one opposite.
Oh, you mean straight in?
Yay!
I can't believe it. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Daria, that's not how you really have a career in flight streaming. You always have to take the most difficult runway on the most sort of...
Well, this is the 05, because it ends into the sea.
Yeah. I mean,
this wasn't a joke.
Murph would take anything but 05. I think he would probably take
I took the shortest of 4 runways.
23. Oh, yeah.
Took the shortest
Okay.
of 4 runways into
I
the
have-
direction where there is a dead end. What
I
can
have
you...
learned.
What do you like more?
I have learned off the cliffs of Dover that a spit can float very well.
Well, actually, I do a circle. I'm too fast.
Oh,
Doing a circle here.
okay, I can
Bleed
even
off some
see the
speedage.
runway. I see the runway.
Nice. So you're... So the glasses are working.
Definitely. And they're also reasonably clean.
Mine
Yes.
not today. From the
Yes.
bakage, what had happened?
Okay. Yes, that speed thing can be a problem.
So I have the speedage I want to have. Just
I got
finish
full
the
flap,
circle.
full flaps down.
The barn doors.
Yes. And you can hear them too. This looks like is there a building? Is it one of those? Oh God, yes, there is some kind of building, but it's not high. No, it's just a photography. Oh God. Ah,
Look,
horrible landing.
look.
Nodding myself onto the runway. So has Richie left us?
Maybe real life stuff.
Yeah.
I'm too fast.
Oh, I see him. But he's at 140 feet and not moving.
Not nice landing, but yeah. Well,
Well, it was better than mine.
I was too fast.
Yeah,
With the
same here.
110 or 120 knottage.
And the funny effect, I have this Xbox controller, which I use for drone cam. But when I landed, that thing started vibrating.
Okay.
I just wondered why my whole desk was sort of shaking, you know.
Hopefully next week, Senner. Or maybe Saturday.
So, Richie, are you still planning on joining us, or are you parked somewhere?
Your flappage is down.
That's how I feel. Okay, then I'll unflap the flappage. Makes a
You'll
nice sound.
you be arrested for cruelty to planes?
Yes. But some planes are unflappable. Sorry. Okay. Now, photograph.
Yeah.
Smile.
I don't know why my drone cam does not like to. Well.
There must be
Jeez.
something you said.
I like my drone cam.
Yeah. Something you didn't like.
But
Okay. One.
why doesn't you work? There you go. Nice girl.
Two. Okay. 2 screenshots done. Okay.
No, this doesn't
Richie
work.
says he's most definitely parked. Okay.
Okay.
Well then.
Thank you guys for this nice flight, for the company.
Yes.
On Saturday, we will start exactly here and fly around Estonia and make our way all up to the north to Finland.
Okay.
I hope you stay tuned in. Thank you for this nice flight. Thank you for the follows, for the subs, for being here. And also thank you to Nightsap to be my co-pilot. This madness.
Okay. And I can only say good night to you as well. And see you next time.
Definitely. Well, is there somebody and we can raid for that? Do we have somebody? Well, we go to the shadows. We look to the shadow display team.
Richie, why do you say, oh my god?
Horse party. Well, actually, Colonel Fork. I did not knew that Colonel Fork was streaming. Well, let's look to Colonel Fork. It's only 3 viewers, and this will make his day, I guess.
Well, if it's Colonel Fox, then I'm out. Okay.
Just bring him some. We bring him some viewers. Well, good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. And we will see each other